Hi everyone, my name is Kevin with Athena's Pets and I'm one of the co-founders here. And if you guys have already seen one of my last videos, you know that we did a series on why your dog barks. And so we talked a little bit about why your dog barks because that's the most important part to solving any barking problem, is to make sure that you understand why your dog is barking and the reasons behind that. Because unless you can really get down to the root cause of why your dog's barking, it's going to be really hard to put a strategy in place to get them to stop excessively barking. So in this video, we want to talk about 3 things not to do if you want your dog to stop barking. And so again, we recommend you go and find out why exactly your dog is barking, but regardless of the reason, these are 3 things you definitely want to keep in mind that you don't want to do. And the first one, and one of the most important, is that you don't yell. If you yell, a lot of times your dog will just think that you're barking along with them. And we also mentioned in one of the previous videos some of the reasons for your dog barking is that they feel like it's a form of verbal communication. So in this case, they almost think it's okay that you bark along with them. And then in another case too, if the reason that your dog is barking is because they're looking for your attention, when you supposedly bark back with them, it kind of reinforces their behavior. It says, oh, this is okay because my human does it back towards me. So this is something we want to avoid, and we'll go a little bit more in depth in that in another video because we just don't have time today. But that is the first reason, or the first thing that you don't want to do when you're training your dog to stop barking. Now the second thing is you don't want to get super frustrated or angry during any of your training sessions. So once you do pinpoint that reason that your dog is barking, and you start putting a strategy in place, and you start training your dog, and you start putting all these things into practice, you want to make sure that you keep your training sessions positive and upbeat. Because if you stray away from that, it's just going to be a frustrating experience for you and for your dog, and you're not going to see the results you want. If anything, you might aggravate the barking even more. So again, as hard as this can be at times, make sure you stay positive and upbeat and just keep encouraging yourself. Celebrate some small wins with your pup. And again, we'll touch a little bit more on positive and upbeat training sessions in another video, so be sure to check that out. Make sure you guys are on the lookout for one of our next videos. It'll be coming here shortly in the next couple of days. Now number 3 is make sure that you guys stay consistent. You can't confuse your dog. So if you start saying it's not okay to bark right now for whatever reason, but you know in 2 or 3 hours it's okay to bark, then you're sending mixed signals to your dog and they don't really understand. You need to be consistent with whatever it is you do. So again, once you've identified that reason, like we recommend, go back to our previous videos and try to pinpoint the reason why your dog is barking. Set up the strategy that's specific for that reason, and then stay consistent with that strategy. Don't stray from consistency, or your dog is going to get mixed signals and the training's not going to work as well. And this goes for any kind of training, and it actually goes into a lot of things in our day-to-day lives as well as humans, and it's no different for dogs. So we just need to make sure that we're being consistent and we follow the same rules time after time with our dogs. And then this goes for all family members as well. So if you have another person who's going to be training the dog with you, you need to make sure that they're sending the same signals as well, because if you start saying something and then it's okay later when someone else is watching your dog, then the dog's going to get mixed signals and think that it's okay sometimes but not okay other times, and they're just going to get really confused. And again, these are all things that could actually aggravate your dog's barking, and that's not what we want. We want to make sure that we help you guys get to a point where your dog is not excessively barking. And we'd actually love to hear from you guys. Which one of these things do you guys have trouble controlling? Which one of these things do you guys tend to do often when you're trying to get your dog to stop barking? Do you yell at them? You know, do you get frustrated during training sessions? Or do you just have trouble staying consistent with your bark training? So please leave a comment below and just let us know which one of those you guys have the most trouble with, and let us know how you like this video. And I hope to see you guys in some of the next ones where we discuss each of these topics in depth, and I can't wait to see you guys there. And until then, I'll see you later.